Well, it's all downhill from here, gents. Cheers. So, if you remember just last week, we had talked about the NVIDIA Geforce Partner Program after this story was broke by Kyle Bennett from Hard OCP, who had detailed a bunch of behind-the-scenes documents that was being traded back and forth between NVIDIA and some of the add-in board partners, which would basically take their gaming brands from those companies and make them exclusively part of NVIDIA. And here we are now, less than a week later, and we are already seeing evidence of this online with retailers and advertising from companies like Gigabyte and MSI. And to be honest, this came a lot sooner than I really had thought that it would, having these gaming brands stripped away from these companies. But I guess with them signing these agreements, they probably had some sort of deadline to get the nomenclature removed from packaging and all of that, as if the previous, NVIDIA branding on boxes wasn't enough. I mean, if you look traditionally with NVIDIA, you get this big green stripe on the box and the GPU model and all of that. There was literally no mistaking these products as to whether or not they were AMD or NVIDIA, which is kind of why this is so ridiculous that NVIDIA feels the need to go the extra mile to pull these gaming brands away from these companies. So let's take a look at a couple of the examples as to why we know this has already begun to happen with some of the major brands out there, as I had suggested back in that video. The key ones here being Gigabyte and MSI, but there has also been some evidence of Asus cards being victims as well, although there was like one ROG Strix card, so I'm not going to show it here, but Gigabyte and MSI, it seems pretty evident that these companies have already signed on for the Geforce Partner Program. So we look here at the recently announced Gigabyte Thunderbolt 3 RX 580 gaming box. As you can see right here, it has the Gigabyte branding, but their premium gaming line Aorus is nowhere to be seen on the packaging whatsoever. However, if we come over to the NVIDIA one, you can see that it's got the Aorus branding right on the package, which is, as I said, their premium gaming line. And I had spoke with Gigabyte last year at PAX, I believe it was PAX East or PAX West, I can't remember which one exactly, but they were gearing up their Aorus brand to be a really big premium gaming line to compete with the likes of Asus and their ROG Strix, MSI Gaming, things along those lines. So they've really been building this brand over the past couple of years. Asus has been building the Asus ROG Strix for even longer than that, and the MSI Gaming Red Dragon brand has been around for many, many years. So gamers know these brands. They know the Red Dragon is synonymous with MSI. Most people probably know Aorus is synonymous with Gigabyte, but the Geforce Partner Program is now seemingly stripping those well-known gaming brands away from these products entirely, which is probably going to confuse some, and for gamers that maybe associate those brands with quality is probably going to maybe make them go towards NVIDIA. At least that's what NVIDIA's plans seem like, kind of from the onset, is that they want these brands, these premium gaming brands, associated with NVIDIA, even though on paper what their whole plan is to just kind of make it more consistent for gamers, so gamers know whether or not they're buying an NVIDIA or an AMD product, which is completely ridiculous because there is no confusing an AMD and an NVIDIA product when you go to the store and you're picking them out. One side is green, one side is red. Everyone knows this. No one is picking up an RX 580 and thinking it's an NVIDIA product just because it has an Aorus logo on it, just like the GTX 1080 across the aisle. It's not happening. It's not real. It's not grounded in reality in any way whatsoever. But still, even though NVIDIA has the fucking market share of graphics cards being sold, they feel the need to go ahead and do this and kind of drive the final nail into the proverbial coffin of AMD. Looking over on the MSI website, we can see their graphics cards on, this is on their main website, mind you, that they seem to be aligning their main brand for AMD, at least, with their Armor branding of cards. Previously, they had the MSI Gaming lineup, also MSI Lightning, and these are now gone from the MSI website altogether. All they have are reference model of AMD cards and the Armor lineup of cards, which is kind of like really their second tier. The MSI Gaming brand is their main tier. That's what you primarily see if you go out and you pick up a card from AMD or NVIDIA. Their main cards are the MSI Gaming cards, sometimes called Gaming X cards, and that's what you mostly see. But now over on the MSI website, as I said, it's mostly this Armor brand, which is kind of their second tier branding. Now, it's really anyone's best guess as to whether or not they will readjust this in the coming months and years, and maybe they will launch a quote-unquote premium gaming line for AMD that will line up with that and kind of push that over Armor. But this is kind of what we're seeing right now, is this is really just a week after the Geforce Partner Program became so, prevalent in the news and everything because of Kyle Bennett's articles. So they haven't had a whole lot of time to react to this. So right now it's the Armor brand lining up with it, while Gigabyte, they don't have any branding lined up with their AMD products. It's just called Gigabyte. So this isn't really taking away from whether or not Gigabyte or MSI can make these products, but their premium brands, which people associate with them, are completely gone. So this is just kind of it's really a dick move at the end of the day by NVIDIA, if I can be perfectly honest. It's completely unnecessary, except to pull the premium branding away from these products so that when people think of Aorus or ROG Strix or MSI Gaming, they think of NVIDIA, and then these second-tier brands like Armor from MSI will be associated with AMD. It's just a name association thing here, and there's no reason for it whatsoever other than for NVIDIA to try to take more market share than what they already have away from AMD Radeon, when they already have the lion's share of the graphics card market. So let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. I do look forward to our discussion as always. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe if you're not already. And if you have been here for a while, always hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of content on the channel, as we'll certainly be keeping an eye on the Geforce Partner Program in the coming weeks and months and seeing how that evolves and if it really is going to affect AMD or not. So definitely make sure you are subscribed for that content, and I will catch you in the next video. Ta-ra.